Welcome back to the Inner Alchemist TV. In today's video, we're going to take a look into Trish, which is one of the new girls from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I want to say we saw her a long time ago. I think I was doing a spread on Carlos, and I was talking about there was this new couple coming in and saying that the lady had like big hair or something like that. And at first I'm like, okay, that must be Sunny and Moses, but I guess it was this new chick Trish. I don't know. You guys gotta understand, I don't know these people. I don't know who belongs where. But I'm just reading the cards, yeah, I don't know. I was lightweight thinking about watching this season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I was thinking like, you know what, it might be funner not to and just kind of like do the cards. But as I'm watching like these little 5-minute clips from OWN, I don't know, I feel like I could do like a complete character analysis on everybody. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick to the cards. I don't even have cable, to be honest with you. So anyways, listen, did I say like the video? Please like the video. That's my good luck charm. I have to say that every video. Also, make sure you're subscribed. One of the subscribers said that she was unsubscribed for whatever reason. So recheck yours, right? Give me that little bit. Yeah, and turn your notification bells on. So let's talk about Trish. I hope that's her name. Now, what's opening the reading is the King of Wands. Okay, so first off, let me get full disclosure. Like three days ago, I want to say, I already did a spread. I already did a reading on Tish, but I was too exhausted to record it because I had to work in the office all week. That's why I've been slow on my readings. And so I didn't record it. Time passed, so I'm like, okay, I need to pull a new spread and see what comes out this time. But the last spread was pretty much showing that, yeah, she was supposed to be on the show in the past, but something happened where she couldn't relocate, or she couldn't afford to relocate. That's what I was putting on the community wall when I was like, you know what, they may live in Airbnbs, because I feel like she didn't have like a proper living space for them to record off of. Her Ten of Pentacles was in reverse and her Emperor was in reverse. So I don't know if that had to do with her like being in foreclosure, or her like having like a bunch of family living with her or something like that. But sometimes with those cards, it's like a sloppy environment that, that is unkempt, or I don't know, like slovenly, that people probably shouldn't be in or be around. You know what I mean? Now, she herself, she could be like a workout fanatic, or she could be like a nutritionist, or she could be like overly into like taking like care of herself from a physical perspective, but as far as her home, it wasn't showing that tidy. Now, what made me lean into the physical perspective or workout perspective was because her I don't know if this is her husband. I know I seen on Queen Sheba that the girl was supposed to be married or something like that. Now there is a marriage here. I'm not showing that marriage is necessarily dissolved though. So is she currently married? I don't know, but this King of Wands, he's facing away from the relationship, and sometimes that can signal ex-husband, but I'm not sure. But whatever this is, she had a man who I believe is her husband, who she was in some type of power struggle with, or they had some type of like competition with each other. And I don't know if that was from a physical standpoint, meaning like just being in the gym, or if there's some type of like more deeper like mental thing going on. Now, what I will say is there's no swords energy here. Swords is going to be, there's like 2 swords cards, and it's the 3 and the 4. But in the tarot, swords cards represents educated, intellectual, affluent, upper echelon, and I can tell you that she's not those things. She's just a working class, regular average type person with some money problems. You know what I mean? I don't know if they lost everything due to a foreclosure. I don't know what's going on, but there's definitely some issues with home or family. I don't know if she has kids, because there were 2 cards of kids, but at the same time they were pages, and pages can also be just messages. So I'm not sure. I can't commit to that. And the reason why, because this spread shows that she's having some fertility issues. I don't know if that's gonna be her storyline on the show. But in the last reading, it was like picking up on some health issues. So I don't know if she had like some, maybe like an autoimmune disease like sickle cell or something like that. But there seemed to have been something maybe that caused her to have fertility issues, or maybe she even had a miscarriage and there's going to be like a rainbow pregnancy or something like that, or this is about her pregnancy journey in some type of way. But she has the Empress and a Three of Swords, and this usually almost surely talks about a pregnancy when it comes to the tarot. Now, another thing I found interesting about her spread, we already talked about the King of Wands being here, but she also has the King of Cups, which is a whole nother man. Now, the thing about the King of Cups is that he represents some type of facade or some type of like fake relationship, you know what I mean? And at the same time, he's a businessman, albeit maybe not a good one when he's in reverse, right? This made me feel like whatever guy that she's with on the show is part of a business deal. And this King of Cups in reverse is like a person that's putting on a facade in order to, it's like faking a role because somebody else needs them to. You know what I mean? And I feel like that maybe she got him involved in this show, but it's really not even in his character or his personality, because it's almost like he's coming across as being like out of place or out of step with the show in some type of way, but it's because he's playing a role and it's not who he really is. You know what I mean? Like he's kind of like, he's like publicly like pretending like to smile or like do things to make him more palatable to the TV, but it's not really him, and I think it's going to come off as contrived or kind of awkward. Now, he does have this Eight of Wands with the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords, to me, is like about, it can kind of give you like fallback energy, but with the Eight of Wands, that's a communication card. So I don't know if he's a person that doesn't communicate, because when you're in the Four of Swords energy, you're not doing something. Or if he hasn't communicated that he doesn't really want to do this show in some type of way, or that, like I said, he feels like he's kind of like fake. You know what I mean? And I feel like he the way he feels is like he's in an environment that's so contrary to who he is that he feels like he's losing himself, getting sucked into like the fake shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know if that's going to be like a point of contention, or if that's just something that's playing in the background. It is showing in the subconscious, not something that has come out. So I don't know if that's going to be like on the show per se, right? He has some type of like habit though. Now I don't know what his habit is, but it looks like he's in it. His habit is motivating this in some type of way as well. You know what I mean? He's also like a person who is emotionally unavailable. You know what I mean? So I don't think that's her. If that's her real man, they don't have a lot going on between them, like in the way of chemistry, or maybe even history with this Four of Swords, because that's like a new relationship. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I feel like with this Four of Swords next to this King of Cups in reverse, this is giving me like a vibe of somebody that's going to be overwhelmed by like playing into this role or playing into this position. You know what I mean? But there's also some sort of like pressure attached to it. You know what I mean? Or he feels like a pressure to fall into this role to like do something for her. Yeah, so in other words, I feel like he's just a dude that's just doing a favor for her or something like that, or doing something to please her. You know what I mean? I don't know, it's weird, right? But yeah, like I said, the communication card is here, the Eight of Wands, and I feel like there's no communication though with this Four of Swords crossing it in a way. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can represent infatuation, which will make me feel like maybe this guy met her and he became infatuated with her, and she kind of like talked him into it or got him in this position, but he's like playing a role to please her because he's infatuated, but it's not him. You know what I mean? So he's faking it or whatever. Now, there's the Ace of Wands here in the recent past, but then in the current energy you have the Empress and the Three of Swords. So that to me is a clear shot that maybe somebody was pregnant, or somebody's trying to get pregnant, or there's fertility issues, or somebody had a miscarriage or something like that. If it's not her directly, this could have been a situation that was a catalyst for problems in her marriage, where somebody could have gotten somebody pregnant and it could have like broken them up in some type of way. Maybe even with this eight of Pentacles and the Moon card, maybe this heartbreak situation was maybe like something humbling. Not to say like she needed to be humble, but maybe it was an experience that was like very humbling. Because again, I feel like her and her husband, they had some type of like competitive, I don't know, they have some type of like competitive energy between them. You know what I mean? Now, one other thing that I saw in her last spread was that she was like trying to learn to love herself after dealing with somebody that was like emotionally abusive, like in one of the worst ways. You know what I mean? Now in this spread, she also has something similar, but it's the Hermit and the Knight of Cups. And this to me is about like self-pleasure. Now there's a lot of wands here, so it could definitely be from a sexual standpoint, but I'm also seeing like this self-pleasure as her trying to do something to make herself happy. And I feel like she left something behind, or left an entire life somewhere behind, in order to come pursue this situation with this show. Now, I don't know if she left children behind, but it was the Ten of Pentacles. Sometimes that can represent children, husband, family, grandparents, all kind of things. You know what I mean? But there's something that she had to leave behind and pursue something for herself. And again, with the money problems that they're having, it's almost like something that she had to do. You know what I mean? Like with no questions asked, either that or this betrayal by this husband with this Three of Swords and this Empress card could have just put the nail in the coffin and shit. You know what I mean? It could be something like that too. But Hermit and the Knight of Cups is like, to me, and this is her energy, I feel like it's like her having made a decision to do something that was just for her. Now, I don't want to say like it was selfish, but at the same time, it's selfish because it does have to do with a romantic pursuit, right? Now, who are you pursuing? Are you just, is it a romantic pursuit because you're joining a relationship show, and then you have this guy here, and you kind of like ran off with him to come and do this? But at the same time, maybe there's not much sexually going on between you guys because you're masturbating or you're self-pleasuring, which would, to me, further the storyline about the relationship being a sham or a facade, because you do have that Five of Wands here, and the Five of Wands is clarified by the King of Wands, which is opening up your reading. If this ain't your husband, this is a fake husband, because the King of Wands is a husband, but the Five of Wands can represent like a sham. You know what I mean? I feel like this relationship portrayal that she has on this show is fake. Either that or her actual relationship is fake. You know what I mean? Now, there is, though, in her external, the Two of Cups. This is a marriage and a Temperance card. So this is like about some type of divine partnership. Now, it's giving me friendship vibes from the perspective of, I don't know, with the Temperance and the Two of Cups, I more so see that as friends. I don't see like a passionate love. Or like, you know, like I'm not getting man-woman vibe. Oh, that's another thing that came up in her spread, that she was bisexual. Now, with that having come up in that last spread, that's definitely giving me the side eye over this Two of Cups and this Temperance card, especially like how I just said, that it was giving me friendship vibes. So I don't know if she's I don't know if she was secretly... Oh, and, wow. And I got the Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands. I think that she has like this divine counterpart. She has like this soulmate relationship, or a soulmate in her life. But I strongly believe that it's another woman. I'm strongly believing that she's involved with a woman somewhere. and that's showing in her external environment. Now, the Page of Wands, can bring message. Page of Wands can bring a message. Now, I don't know if this is like the message coming into us about this other person, meaning like the person is going to come out publicly and say something about this situation, or if this is her getting a message from another woman. Now, if so, it would be a Queen of Cups. A Queen of Cups would be a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio woman. So I don't know if somebody's going to be talking to her or telling her something like out of concern, maybe trying to like balance out some type of situation with this Temperance card. Honestly, that's just me making an excuse, because the way that I see it is that she has a soulmate, and it's one of her good friends, but it's another woman, and it could be like a romantic partnership. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm showing, you know. Like I said, I try to make another storyline about the message coming in, but I'm really not getting that. I'm getting somebody that's like a free spirit, in a lot of different ways, and they like to go off and try to like do their own thing, and they have a bad habit of like abandoning other situations in an attempt to do that. Like they get kind of like ideas in their head, and they just try to like pursue things for the adventure of it. You know what I mean? Now, if this could be a fling that she got involved in, but it's more so showing like if she did get involved in some type of fling with another woman, it's showing that that's like her soulmate. You know what I mean? And that they have like a real spiritual closeness with each other. You know what I mean? Now, and I lean towards the woman, because not only was this Two of Cups Temperance clarified by the Queen of Cups, I also saw in her initial spread, even with her coming with the Emperor, even with the Emperor in reverse being there, that's also like a woman that's like a stud. You know what I mean? In a way, you know? So I don't know. I'm not sure. Now, this show that she ended up on, Love and Marriage Huntsville, I don't think she likes it. I don't think she likes it at all, because she has the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, and I forgot, it was like one other combination of cards that she had where she didn't like it. You know what I mean? With the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, this is like you're tired. You know what I mean? So I don't know if she's tired because she has some type of illness, or her body is in some type of like weakened state. If she does have a kid, then this would have been her going through like some postpartum depression, especially with that Four of Swords. But again, with the Empress and the Three of Swords, it could be like a postpartum depression if she actually has kids, and if she doesn't have kids, it could be a miscarriage. But something like it took a toll on her body. And like I said, it could be something like an autoimmune disease or something, where she gets tired easy, or she can't like hang with like the demands on like the set or something like that. But the only thing is, like, she was like working like hella dead end jobs, and she wasn't like able to like get her money up. You know what I mean? So I feel like this show was like a quick fix. And I feel like it has to do with like her residence. I don't know if they need to move or they need to get a residence or something like that. But the show seemed to have provided her the opportunity to do so. But with this show, it's almost given like she didn't have like the training, or she doesn't know like how to be on the show, or there's something like they're just gonna seem like awkwardly placed, because I don't think they know what they're doing. You know what I mean? I know it's supposed to be reality TV, but maybe they could get briefed. I mean, even when people go to courts, with their lawyers brief them. Maybe production is not briefing them properly, because they want to like have things to be spontaneous or something like that. But there's something about like her feeling ill prepared, whether that's physically or just because people are not teaching her the ropes. You know what I mean? Or teaching this new couple, or teaching them the ropes on, and I feel like a lot of like her situations are like improvised. you know, and I don't know, I feel like it's like improvised or something like that. There's a very heavy tone of things being unprepared. Now here's the cold part about it is the Eight of Pentacles, and y'all gonna kick my butt, but in tarot, the Eight of Pentacles represents a pyramid scheme. And listen, y'all cannot blame that on my commentary, because I stepped away from the cards because I'm like, I wanted to take a break because I kept on seeing the pyramid everywhere. So I'm like, let me let that energy fade away. Plus I had to work. It just all worked perfectly. Now I'm looking at this Eight of Pentacles in reverse with this Moon card. Y'all, it's a pyramid scheme. It's a pyramid scheme. I mean, listen, I don't care what nobody say. Now, listen, if it ain't the show, it's still a pyramid scheme. But this would be like more so something where, I don't know if she was selling something, but it looked like she was trying to get people to invest in something that she had going on. I don't know if it's a project or some product or something. But yeah, she was trying to get people to invest in something to like that, and she was getting some type of commission or working on some type of commission from getting investors to get into something or whatever. This is something maybe that was in her background, because it is the Moon card, and sometimes that can be like something that you lied about. But again, thinking of my pyramid scheme, right? This is somebody who's earning a commission by getting other people, you know what I mean? So like I said, I feel like Martell maybe earned some commission off of her. I really do see it that way. Definitely. Now, Eight of Pentacles is also not in addition to you working dead end jobs. It could also just be being laid off. Now, I don't know, because to be honest with you guys, this is in the near future, and that could be any time from the present to 3 to 6 months from now. So to me, that is like making me feel like, are you even going to be renewed for another season? Because why do you have a card for a layoff? Or were you only meant for one season? Or were you only meant for one appearance and you don't know it? Because the Moon card in tarot is like the night, you know what I mean? And the night represents what? Darkness and things you don't see. Now, why would you have the Moon card here but then have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse? So to me, it's like you don't see a layoff coming, or you don't see like your contract not being renewed, or maybe you don't see that you're in a fucking pyramid scheme, or maybe you don't see that somebody is earning a commission off of your presence in the show. You know what I mean? But at the same time, with her and this guy feeling out of place, like they were just stuck there out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if they feel like they're even going to gel with the show. You know what I mean? So it could go either way, you guys. But it's definitely here. Definitely something unknown. Definitely something hidden, because that's the Moon card. Definitely underlying problems, definitely hidden motivations, all that secrets, all that shit is present with the Moon card. But then it's surrounding the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So that's about your job. That's about your money. That's about you getting less money. That's about you getting laid off, fired, unemployed, in a pyramid scheme. Right? But if I take my theory to the bank, I'm gonna say the hidden thing is that somebody's making a commission off of your head. Now, take my pyramid scheme out of it, then the hidden theme is that you only meant to be here for one season. Now, the whole show could only have one season left for all that matters, so we can't even blame that on her per se. But for the most part, they don't fit into the show, no way. You know what I mean? So it's easy to look at it like that, you know? She's hoping that she gels. She's hoping that she can maybe make friends, or maybe, I feel like she's honestly, with this Six of Wands and her hopes and fears, I feel like she's hoping that she can steal the show in some type of way, or gain some type of notoriety or attention, and I also show that she really wants to be well received by the audience. Like, she really wants to be liked. yeah, she wants to be liked. I don't even want to say respected or appreciated, but she wants to be liked. You know what I mean? She wants her name buzzing. But her Ace of Cups is in reverse, and that's not a good friend. You know what I mean? So I don't know if she fears that. Maybe she has a fear of jealousy. Because she has the Six of Wands in the upright, but then she has the Ace of Cups in reverse and her hopes and fears. I feel like the Six of Wands represents her hope, but this Ace of Cups represents the fear. And I feel, especially with the Six of Wands being like a card of victory, a card of attention, I feel like she fears people becoming like jealous of her, or I don't know, like having like negative emotion towards her because she's gonna steal the show, maybe in some type of way. But it may not even be that. It just may be that she's awkward. She's free spirited. She has a robust personality, and for some, maybe it's off putting. You know what I mean? But for others, maybe it's okay. Maybe for another group, she looks like she was like plucked out of nowhere and placed here. You know what I mean? But there's definitely going to be like a mixed array of opinions about her. For surely. Yeah, so anyways, that's what I got for Trish. I'm going to read her again, maybe a little while into the show. Because like I said, I had to pull 2 spreads because I didn't record the first one. But this one feels accurate to me too. I always have a feeling when they're accurate, you know. But yeah, if you like the video, go ahead and smash that like button or dislike button, however you feel about it. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And I think the next reading that we're going to do is maybe Martell versus the Scott brothers, or Stormy and Courtney. I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and I'll see you guys on the next one.